Afternoon, everyone. My name is Alvin Jacob, and I'm gonna talk about is globalization sustainable in third world countries? Globalization, as you know, in simple terms, is the process of interaction and integration among people, companies, governments worldwide. But the question here is globalization sustainable in the third world countries? The immediate answer to this is a no, as the developing countries can neither reject globalization nor can it be applied to their national strategy. The only way to resolve this issue is to reduce the negative financial effects of globalization and to increase the third world economic's exportable potential step by step. An important effect globalization has had on the developed nations is that it has reinforced wage inequality. It has also resulted in the accumulation of macroeconomic imbalances and the marginalization of countries, those which have been unable to enforce effective policies. Globalization modifies the economic system of countries in general. The economic structure of low income companies is mainly under the umbrella of multinational companies. So they are more prone to displacement effects, market effects, capital intensity effects, income inequality effects, social security latency effects, urban government effects, and social effects. All of this is directly affecting the formal economy of the country, whereas the informal economy is affected by decoupling, capital flight, and small cottage industries. By constructive globalization, the economic lack of power and the process of negative globalization can overcome. This has led to the development of a lot of regulatory instruments and have promoted economic growth and created huge opportunities for human progress through increasing trade, knowledge, and investment in technology, thereby strengthening mutual dependence among citizens and nations together. But because of those who are left behind, that is, the developing countries, the increased resources and interdependence has been somewhat unbalanced, uneven, and unmanaged. In short, globalization is largely beneficial to the developed nations as they are capable of using its potential to the maximum and is unsuccessful in solving the challenges of developing countries. Globalization promotes the integration of capitalism's varieties in a liberal paradigm but lacks a welfare state. It also guarantees that the fundamental rights remain secured but with less sincerity. As a result, as a result of incorporating this mechanism into the system, coordinated business economies have experienced shifts in their processes over the past 2 decades and have responded to new challenges. In the rural areas of Africa, the majority of people work. This happens because there are no regulatory public funding and there is a complete lack of political participation to eradicate the poverty. And in similar as well as in Latin America, the import constitution policies embodied injustice and insecurity. But with trade liberalization, there has been an increase in the demand for unskilled labor, thereby reducing the wage gap between the professionals and unskilled laborers. Employment is the key of survival for the developing countries, as we all know. Though there is not a sufficient condition for achieving equality for opportunity or social inclusion, people of such countries look forward to having a high work rate which stabilizes the economy in a measured way. And talking about the pandemic which is happening at the moment, the world has experienced a variety of global epidemics, but uh, none of them has had the same impact on the global economy as the COVID-19 pandemic, especially on the third world countries. Due to the travel restrictions and lockdown, the global tourism industry has slowed down sharply and the number of global flights has fallen by more than half. As the number of cases has grown, more and more airlines have been suspended due to travel bans. As several airlines have adopted strict seating practices to maintain social distancing between passengers. Uh, the number of passengers may drop even more because of that. As an example, the seating constraints of Air New Zealand to fulfill government social distance criteria suggest that the airline flies at least than 50% capacity, even the full. Globalization has many positive effects as well. It leads to the synthesis of diverse cultures, People from different civilization and backgrounds are accepted and a new society is formed, integrating the values of the previously existing system and newly arrived. I can conclude by saying that the negative economic effects of globalization can be minimized if the government of third world nations cooperate more steadily with the private sectors and reap the benefits of such interdependence to the maximum. Thank you.